Hello and welcome. I am your grumpy guide to all things gaming, the OGGM. It is 1:15, well, 1:30 here in the Ventura area. It is the 26th day of January, the 2021 year of whatever this is, planet Earth, and it is time for game review of the week. Now, I have sung the praises of the OSR movement and the retro clone movement a lot, and I will continue to do it. Why? I don't know. Just because I like them. Well, most of them. Some of them are really stupid. But something about the retro clone OSR movement seems to have a feeling of ability to do D&D better than D&D right now, at least in my personal experience. So today we're going to look at one of the very first OSR games I ever picked up and still have in my greedy little hands at 8 pages. Today we're looking at Maze Rats by Ben from Questing Beasts. This is a very simple OSR game. It's literally got 3 stats. Pretty much everything is random, which is what I love about it. I mean, you roll for your items, you roll for what your character looks like, and character detail and character background. You can roll for character clothing, personality, mannerisms, and then you can just roll everything for, you know, monsters, treasure. Look at that. All that is like random monsters, random treasures, you know, random equipment that characters can carry, random names, misfortunes, physical details, what you could run into in a city, what type of treasure a monster might drop. You know, monsters you might run into the mile, designing the maze. You know, then here's the actual rules for the game. Literally 1 page of how you run the game. Running the world. And that's pretty much it. Everything about this game is very simple. Playing the game really just is danger rolls. Whenever possible, a PC's action should be resolved by its player simply describing what the character does. However, if the action is risky and difficult to resolve through the description, the GM may call for a danger roll. The player rolls 2D, 2 6-sided dice, and adds the proper ability bonus. If the total is 10 or higher, the PC avoids the danger. If not, the DM describes how things go wrong. Danger rolls usually fails, so players should do everything they can to make risky situations less so. So you can add your strength bonus, your dexter bonus, or your will bonus. Sometimes you'll get advantage. And then combat is pretty much attack, rolling a 2D, and adding their attack bonus. You compare the attack's total to the defender's armor. If the attacker total exceeds the defender's armor, the attacker hits and deals damage to the defender, equal to the difference between the 2 scores, heavy weapons, blah, blah, blah. So there you go. It's a very simple system. Resolved with 2d6 dice rolls. So with an unbelievably simple and bizarre magic system, which is one of the selling points I liked about this. Let's see if I can find it. So the magic system is also random, and when you're designing a spell, you roll on 2 tables, its physical effect and its form, and that's the spell. You get like 1 or 2 spells a day, and every day you roll a new spell. So you can get a spell like Animating Ash, and that's your spell for the day. It doesn't give you any description of what the spell does. It just gives you the 2 words, and then you, the player character, tell the DM what you think it's going to do. So my Animating Ash spell for the day, I could say, well, I could animate ash and, you know, dirt and loose particles to act similar to, like, you know, equivalent strength and dexterity of my character, whatever. And then at the end of the day, I'd sleep and I'd re-roll, and maybe I'd get like crushing heat. And every day you roll for random spells, and you don't have any control. So that's why you want to get scrolls. Again, this is a gear-based role-playing game. So all your characters picked up by like skiers, you know, gear. So if you pick up a scroll of like foreseeing moss, then every day you could cast foreseeing moss in addition to your random spell that you get once a day. And then all your gear is random, so it drops very much video gamey. And then you roll on random tables to see what the gear is, and like so you could find a route, you could find in their dungeon for rewards like ancient lore, a blessing, blueprints, a guide, a holy relic. And then you could like maybe roll to see what the gear was. You could like roll like here. So you could roll like worn item. I found a belt. And then you could say, roll like treasure items. So I could write a blessed belt. So then, you and the DM would figure out what the blessed belt does, or what a halberd of embellishing does. And then it's very open to interpretation. You describe what you're doing. The DM either says yes or no. If a dice roll is involved, you roll 2d6, add the appropriate steps. If you roll 10 or higher, you succeed. The stats are strength, dex, will. The substats are your attack bonus, your armor, and your health, which starts at 6. As you can see, you're very limited to the amount of gear you can carry, so you have to be very careful with what you can carry gear-wise. But it also uses like, the video game, gear thing. So if you have a torch, you actually have, 32 torches that take up one spot, so kind of thing. So it's obviously heavily influenced by video games. This is very OSR, very simple. It has no really, epic thing. It's basically a maze rat game. You go into the maze and you explore for as long as you can. Then you go back to town, heal up, figure out what your gear can do, relearn your stuff, and then go back to the maze and do that again. It's a very grinder game, very good for pickups, one-shots, but you could build a campaign around it because just, exploring this sort of dark, quirky, weird, random world and seeing what kind of weird stuff is out there could be interesting, and you could definitely run stuff with it. It goes up to 10th level like most OSR games. So that's Maze Rat by Ben from Questing Beasts. I'll point the link up there. I have nothing but good things to say about this game. The random tables alone are amazing. I love everything about it. The simplicity, the gear-based, the random spells, that every day I'm just going to roll and get a different spell, and one day I might have Cascading Moss, and the next day I might have Falling Buddha, and the next day I might have Healing Heat, and then I have to figure out with the DM what that spell's going to do, and this, which of course, if I want to stay as a spellcaster, then I want to pick up scrolls so I can, have a wider variety of spells and have, a regular spell that I can call on as opposed to just the random spell that the gods are going to give me every day. So there you go. That's Maze Rats by Ben over at Questing Beasts. Check it out. That's today's game review. I give this game a 20. It's simple. It's like $1 to get. It's like 8 pages. It's tons of great tables. If you're into random tables, this game is for you. I am your grumpy guide to all things gaming, the OG GM. If you appreciate this content, let me know down below. Hit that notification button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Help me hit 500 subs by August 4th, and we will do something insane. I will talk to you, Maze Rats, later. Thank you, Ben.